All right, 7 years ago, Tesla launched the first mass market electric vehicle, the Model 3. It's when I bought mine. I was one of the first 13,000 Model 3s to get delivered. And over the last 7 years, we've had tweaks and updates and little things change. But now, the first time in 7 years, we're actually seeing a fully redesigned, a fully refreshed Tesla Model 3, the new Tesla Model 3. Today, we're gonna look at all the differences and everything that's changed on the new Tesla Model 3. Let's take a look. All right, so I want to send a special shout out to Sawyer Merritt on Twitter. He put together this entire list. We're gonna go through everything that's changed on the Tesla Model 3, so let's get started. Number one, it's the same price. That's right, the prices didn't change. Now, unfortunately, none of the Model 3 models today, as of filming this video, qualify for the tax credit, but it's the same price, what you paid for the old Model 3, but you're getting the new Model 3 with much better specs. Let's get into it. They actually are seeing a 2.4% higher range on the new Model 3 than previous generation Model 3. 50% of the parts of this vehicle are brand new. So those minor tweaks that have happened over the last 7 years, this is a refresh. 50% all new parts. So this is definitely going to be a lot more sweet. Now, 4.3% increase in cargo capacity. Don't really know where exactly that's coming from, but we're going to take a look at more on here. Now, we're going to go a little fast. There's a lot to cover on this list, but the long range model, this model right here, is 4 pounds lighter than the previous generation. It is about a 0.1 inch lower ground clearance on the vehicle. It's hard to tell next to mine because my car is already lowered, but it's a little bit lower, a little bit more aerodynamic. Now, when it comes to aerodynamics, they have changed the hood. I don't know if you can see it, but so the hood actually has, it's raised a little bit. There's a little bit of an uptick. It's kind of hard to see, but that helps with the wind to flow over there better. Now, with that, they've also, the biggest complaint on my vehicle is it's hard to hear people in the cabin. It was just a lot of road noise was coming in. With the new Model 3, they have really put a lot of emphasis on road noise. Driving at lower speeds, it sounds way more premium. You can tell because now the glass, the lamination, the insulated glass that was found on the front is now found on the back doors as well as this entire rear panel is all the double paned acoustic glass. And that's gonna help with the quieter ride. Not only that, but just overall noise dampening of the vehicle. It's really good. I'll insert a clip of me driving and just how well I thought it sounded. It's so quiet. It's incredible how quiet it is in here. I mean, you could put your baby to sleep. It's so quiet. Now, they've redesigned the interior, so let's jump in and take a look at what has been changed. The door panels look pretty familiar here. They've upgraded, obviously, the matte finish has been changed, but you'll notice that you've got ambient lighting. This is the biggest update, and this is going to be found in all new Teslas today. This light bar, this ambient lighting, goes all the way across the dash. Take a look in there. It looks absolutely amazing. And you can change the colors. This is also found in the Tesla's other vehicles. So the interior, this is really nice. You still have your wireless chargers. You have a new redesigned center console, and it just feels more premium. You open it up, you still have a large cavity, close that up. You've got your cup holders here. You can close that up here, and you can just see how it goes like under. That's kind of a neat, move there. There's no more switch here, less movable parts, still the same amount of space. And the seats, I talked about this on my drive, but man, the bolstering on these seats are amazing. The seats are now ventilated. So one thing that I always dreamed of was heated, which we have, but now cooling. Both the front seats are ventilated, which I absolutely love that. Let me just show you. You can actually do right here, cooled seats. I love that. And it's on right now. And God, I don't know about you, but I run hot when driving. So that was a really nice add. The fabric. So you'll notice that here, the dashboard is all new. You've got this fabric kind of soft touch here. You've got some of this soft plastic here. It's not really plastic, but it's like a soft push. And then you've just got the same soft push over here. The doors now have fabric on it here. So just a newer redesign. It feels a little bit more premium. It feels like it's just a little bit, you went up a notch. But remember, again, same price, which is incredible. Now, getting into this, the first thing for me, and I know for some of you who have newer cars, no stocks. I was like an idiot. It's all on the screen. And all those controls from your stocks are now on the steering wheel. So you've got your horn. Still sounds pretty good, maybe a little tinny. But you've got your right turn, left turn signals right here. You can see the new cameras. Everything looks good. But what's nice is it's not just touch. It actually moves in. The button moves in. There's a click to it. Hopefully you can hear that. But you've got your signals. You've got high beam. You've got a camera button dedicated here. You click on it. Boom, your camera feed shows up. You've got your autopilot, voice command, and then your wipers all right there. So all the stocks are gone. That's a little weird, but I'm sure it takes some getting used to. Again, on the exterior, now this vehicle is the new Stealth Gray. So there are two new colors with the new Model 3, Stealth Gray and the Ultra Red. Stealth Gray comes included. It was like what white was for the old Model 3. The Ultra Red is a 2K premium, but really beautiful color. I like it because it kind of removes a little bit of that bluish tint to it, I feel. I don't know. It looks nicer by all means. Obviously, we talked about sound isolation. They've done all of that in here for a quieter ride. The suspension, now I talked about this on my drive, but they've upgraded the suspension from our premium ride. Now that means new springs, dampers, there's a new geometry on the front suspension, new bushings, new way that they mount the subframe to the chassis. So all that, I definitely felt for sure on lower speeds. I think as I increased the speed, it still sounded like your road noise that we're used to, but I do like the focus on that for the new Model 3. Let's talk about this door. Now, when I was driving, I did take it, a little aggressively because I wanted to see that it is a stiffer body, and I definitely felt that. It felt like my Model 3, which I have upgraded suspension, springs, and all of that. But the other thing that they've changed, let me show you. Let's take a look at the sound of my door when closing it. Okay, I'm gonna go really close so you can hear this. This is old Model 3, old one, new one. Back in the day when they used to compare Japanese cars with German cars, this feels like a German car. There's more of a thud. There's more of a clamp. Now, I did want to talk about that. There's a new latch at the bottom of the door. You'll see right here. See this little groove? That was never present before. Look underneath the door. See this? This is a new latch that's found on the new Model 3. That is going to help keep the safety of the passengers on side impact, which I love that. Better safety, that's what Tesla's known for. And I think it helps with the door closing and just, I don't know. It's kind of cool, and if it helps, I'm all for it. Safety number one. Okay, let's jump around to the rear. Now, originally, you'll notice some major redesigns, right? We haven't talked about that yet, but the taillights, major redesign. Check out the old one here. The old one was comprised of two separate parts. The new one is all one part. It spans across, and it actually opens with the trunk. So when you open the trunk, the taillight is gone. And now these down here become the new taillights. The other big thing is that originally the Model 3 did not have a power trunk. It got upgraded to a power trunk on the old Model 3, but now with the new Model 3, they've actually added two power struts. The previous Gen 1 only had one. So I think redundancy, better opening and closing, it definitely felt better. Let's check out closing that. Yeah, and I like how it closes and it just sucks it back in. They have added the Tesla letters, which I wonder where they got that idea from. I had this back in 2019, I took off the letter, but I think the Tesla branding looks way, way better like this. So now they did say that the tires have more cushioning. Obviously, they're using Hankook Ventus tires, S1AS over here. So, tires are gonna change as you use them. They also said rear seats are more comfortable. Now, I don't spend a whole lot of time in the rear, but let's get in and take a feel. I was sitting comfortably in the front. This feels like a lot of room. I know there was a little increase in capacity, in cargo capacity. That wouldn't, I don't know, maybe it's just the way it feels, but it does feel a little bit less on the bowstrings on this version, but yeah, it does feel more comfortable. Maybe it's the ventilation, because the old one did not have the ventilated seats. But you've got your USB-C ports, you've got your ventilation, and now you've got a screen back here. My kids would love this. You can actually pair 2 headphones with this now, and so you can drive in peace while they watch whatever they want to watch on this screen. So I really, really like that. But other than that, the rear seats haven't changed much. Feels good back here. Okay, center console actually feels way, way longer, I think. But cup holders, same, just pull it down. No center pass-through, so, but yeah, that's all that's changed back here. We briefly touched on this, but the redesigned lower bumper almost looks like a diffuser is back here. But you've got this large chunk area and then the lights that actually work. See, mine were just reflectors. They didn't actually work, whereas in this model, they actually work. Let me see if I can turn that on. So they didn't turn on, but I got the rear lights on. I think that looks really, really awesome. Another thing that was brought up is that if we come around front, they removed the fog lights. I don't know about that, but they did. They did remove the fog lights. Take a look. Now, don't get me wrong. These headlights, god damn, they look sexy. These are just the parking lights that are on here, as well as mine, so you can see the difference between the parking lights, and you can definitely see that the new Model 3 looks damn good with the new headlights. But no fogs. See, the old Model 3 had the fogs down here. The new Model 3, there's no more fogs down here. Just a really, really clean front bumper though. Really sharp. See this sharpness here? On the old one, it was a little bit more blunted. Some people said this looked like more of a duck. Definitely looks more aggressive on the new Model 3. So the other thing is on the inside, you can actually, on this ventilation 2.0 system, you can actually separate driver from passenger. My wife hates that because I run hot, so I'm running the AC. She runs cold, so she wants the heater on, and it's like this fight, and she can't just shut off her vent. But in this ventilation system, you can actually do that. So that is really cool as well. Now, it says LTE. Now, supposedly what I heard is that this is running a new 5G connectivity, 50% improved cellular connection, 2x greater Wi-Fi range. So really, really good. Also better connectivity to your phone. So I know some of us, we kind of run into that issue of trying to open your door and you're struggling to do so. In this one, with this update, you shouldn't actually run into that issue because there's that upgrade. There are also upgraded microphones. Now, I heard that there is now a dual microphones in here, improved connectivity. There's now one on each passenger side. The new mics will make phone calls clearer and more smooth. I don't know if I know exactly. Oh, look at that. These are all touch. I just lightly touched them. Look at that. They're not even clickable buttons. Oh, I love that. This is actually really, really smooth. Let's check out these look fairly similar. Magnets, so that's upgraded to what they are now. I don't know where the microphone is, but they're supposedly dual microphones and it's supposed to be clear. Oh, right here, maybe. There's a speaker right up here across the pillar of the car, and maybe that's it. So really, really good on that. Oh, other thing, the USB-C ports back here. The USB-C ports now support 65-watt charging. So I believe they're there and the ones in here. So now you can charge your laptop, which is really, really convenient. There's an upgraded sound system. So this one goes in with what the 2023 Model Y has, which is, I believe, 2 subwoofers, 2 amplifiers, and 17 speakers throughout the car. We all know Tesla sound system sounds absolutely amazing. So that really looks good here. The car is about 1 inch longer than the old Model 3. You can see the lighting. I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen the lighting, and it looks good. I love that. Okay, so overall, I mean, it's a very limited time with the new Model 3. But from what I've seen, and I apologize for rushing through everything, but they're just test drives, and so we're very limited to how much we can see and test with the vehicle. But I'm pretty impressed. Am I going to update to the new Model 3? Probably not, because I'll probably get $25K for mine. Then I got to pay another $25K to get this one. And I'm not gaining anything more other than it looking cooler, being more aerodynamic. But for my family, probably an SUV is the next big move, and we already have a Y, so I'm gonna sit tight. But I'm interested, what do you think? What would you do? This car, because of some of the changes, you've got the sound that is incredible. You've also got better efficiency, right? More range on this vehicle. The efficiency total in general on the car is gained about 8%, which is absolutely amazing. I really, really love the look of this. These lights are phenomenal. I like it. If you're looking for a EV to buy today for the price, this is looking pretty damn good. Yes, there's no tax incentive, but I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I like what Tesla was able to do. 7 years later, it feels like a 7-year upgrade rather than every year upgrades that the other car manufacturers do, and there's not much change. So great job, Tesla. Let me know down in the comments, are you getting the new Model 3? Yes, no, and what is the biggest selling point for you? For me, there's a lot. It's hard to name one, but I really like the look of it, and I like the quiet ride. Make sure you subscribe and like the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya. Does it feel stiffer, Perry? Does it feel stiffer?